Hey guys, this is Social Fire and I'm back today with the EZA for Physical Super Saiyan Blue Vegeto. So this finally dropped on Global early this morning and I was very excited to test out the first 30 levels today. So you're going to see clips from that starting with 10, progressing to 15, 20, 25, and then finally level 30. So I do have to say this wasn't the most difficult EZA by any means. I was able to get through it relatively easily. It did start getting progressively harder, so it took a bit of time, but I didn't die at all, which always a big plus there. I was also very excited to bring along my Time Traveler category team. So there's two types that are going to have an advantage in this EZA. You have Time Traveler category units and Extreme Strength units. Now either of those are going to deal increased damage and have increased damage reduction. So on this team setup, I have dual LR Trunks in my leads, I have Tech Trunks, we have both of the Gauntlet Gun units, so Tech, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and Physical Future Trunks. Strength Rose is another great option here as well. And then I also brought along the free-to-play LR Vegeto Blue. So it's not an optimal team. Looking back on it, there's probably units I would have switched out, but they got the job done. I wanted to also include some units that I thought other people might have, like the Gauntlet Gun EZA units. We've been able to pick them up with tickets and stuff over the past few celebrations. But overall, they were able to get through it. Everybody linked up pretty well. So, not too bad. Now this EZA is starts off very similar to most. I mean, 1 through 3, you're not going to have any additional damage reduction of any type. Starting with 4 through 9, you will have additional damage reduction of 60% against extreme physical units. 10 through 12 characters that are SSR or lower can only cause less than 2 million damage. And then 13 through 19, you will have additional damage reduction of 70% against extreme agility or extreme physical types. And then 20 through pretty much 31 plus everything after that, there's additional damage reduction of 80% against agility, physical, and super types. So it's a great idea to bring along strength types because they have a type advantage, especially if they're extreme strength or even something neutral like intelligence units, like obviously transforming Goku Black. I do have him and I didn't bring him along. Like I said, looking back on it, there's probably some of these I would have switched out. And the further I go past level 30, I'm probably going to switch out units like Physical Trunks, since toward the end with that type damage reduction, he really wasn't doing too much beyond supporting people with his passive. Now, one thing I love about Time Traveler category is that there are a lot of great units in it. That's why I said it's one of my favorite categories to run now, because there's just several great options. I really wish Strength Transforming Cooler was here because he would be great for this EZA. He just hasn't dropped yet, so we're still waiting on him, but hopefully he will be dropping soon. Again, LR Trunks and Mai are a great option here. I actually love this unit personally, but they do have medium and high chance to stun with their super attacks. Also, if you have other Time Traveler categories, allies on your team, they're going to have additional attack and defense up to 70%. They also have a high chance of evading enemy attacks, including super attacks, because this is against a future Saga category enemy, and that really helped me out at times too. So that evasion kicking in along with their additionals was a big help at times, so I was very happy to have that. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of great units here that you can bring along. Strength Rose is another good one here. I don't really get to use him too much, so I was really looking forward to, using him for this. So if you have other extreme class allies on your team, this especially is going to be a great unit to bring along because his super attack will give extreme class allies attack plus 30% for 1 turn. And then his passive is also going to give extreme allies ki plus 3 and a defense plus 50%. Now he does give super class enemies attack and defense minus 20%, which is helpful here because we are up against a super class enemy as well. And he also has the advantage of being extreme strength type and Time Traveler as well. Some other units you consider, the Dragon Ball Heroes category. There's a lot of Dragon Ball Hero units that are actually great for this too, like Strength Cumber. I mean, he's a great option to bring because he's extreme strength type and he's a Time Traveler unit. I mean, his passive, all extreme allies are going to get attack and defense plus 20% when attacking. So like I said, if you have more extreme class units on your team, he's a great option there. Superclass enemies, which we're up against, attack and defense is -20 after he is attacked. So after Cumber is attacked, that'll kick in. So you'll want to keep him as the first attacker in a turn as well if possible, especially if he's being attacked in that slot, because he'll launch an additional super attack after being attacked as the first attacker in a turn. Also, we have units like Strength Super Saiyan 3 Xenogoku, who I do have and probably will bring him along the further I go. Like I said, I'm going to start subbing out some of these units, especially my Gauntlet Gun units, because toward the end they really weren't doing as much beyond providing support. And there are other better options that I could bring. Speaking of which, one that would be great for this, a great support unit for this EZA, is Strength Super Saiyan 2 Bardock. He's a great support unit in general. He's going to be very good here because his passive will give allies attack plus 30% as long as HP is 30% or above. And as you can see throughout this, my HP never really got too low, so that's not a hard minimum to meet there. And he's another one that I'm probably going to bring along, especially because his super attack will also raise attack for 6 turns. So I think after this, I'm going to try to run for a while after level 31, just to see how far I can get. I'm probably going to include him and take out 1 or 2 of the Gauntlet Gun units. I mean, Tech Trunks was able to defend pretty well here too, but really wasn't doing too much damage toward the end, so he might come out as well. Another good one is Strength, Strength Great Saiyan 4. He's a great option that you can bring because he's going to give superclass allies plus 2 ki and defense plus 30%. If you have any youth category allies on your team, he does give them attack plus 30% too, but he could be a great option there as well for a strength and a time traveler support unit for the EZA. Sealess is actually another one. I do have him and I didn't bring him. Definitely something I might consider later though. His super attack greatly lowers defense for the enemy. And also he gets attack and defense plus 100% when performing a super attack. Time Traveler category allies will get plus 1 ki and attack plus 20%, so several great things there to bring along for this EZA. So he's another one that I might consider trying to fit in on my team, kind of restructure it after level 30. Usually when I start out with a team on an EZA, I try not to change it, especially if I'm doing a video, unless I'm just struggling and not able to move any further. Then I sub out units, because realistically, we're not always going to have like the perfect setup for these EZAs, so I try to include a few that I thought people might have, and once I set the team, I just try to make it work. So that's basically what I did here. The further I got into it, I was like, probably should have changed some of these, but overall we were still able to do it. Plus it's a bit more of a challenge. But as you can see, these last few stages are really dragging out quite a bit, because while I'm not taking too much damage, I'm not dealing as much damage as well. So it's basically just hitting back and forth until he dies. Also another one I don't think I've mentioned yet is the EZA Strength Perfect Cell. He's a good option to bring along if you have him fully EZA awakened, because he's extreme strength and he is also time traveler unit. And if you can get his 11 ki super attack, he'll regain 10% HP, which can be very helpful as well. So another great one there. He also gains that additional attack and defense plus 30% with 6 or more ki spheres, which can be a bit difficult in an EZA. It depends, but it shouldn't be too bad. And then all enemies get attack and defense minus 20% at the start of turn. Although correction, I think that's against 2 or more enemies, so that really wouldn't factor in here. But either way, he would still be a great option to bring along for this. I think if I have time during the week, I might actually try to run an extreme strength team against this and just see how well it does. Monotype teams for these EZAs can be really hit or miss. So like I said, it depends on if I have time, but it would be interesting to see how well they do. The last EZA we did, I ran a monotype team, and it was fine up until like the last stage. And that's always where I get stuck with monotype teams, because you just keep dying. So like I said, if I have time, I'll try to do that as well. But time traveler units, I mean, there's a lot of neutrals that you can bring, neutral in types, like transforming Goku Black would be great. We have Insmasu, we have, like I said, a lot of great options there as well. So just something to keep in mind. Another one is Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. He could be a good option as far as boosting superclass allies. He'll give them attack plus 40%. if your HP is dropping 72% or below. So if you find it's getting more difficult, he could be a decent one to bring. But really, HP I didn't struggle with too much, so overall, I was very happy that this had the advantage here. Oh, like I said, another great option though is the free-to-play LR Super Saiyan Blue Vegeto. We just had the legendary campaign, so most people are probably going to have him farmed up by now because we got the rewards for it. And this is still a great unit in this game. I mean, he's still one of the better free-to-play units that we have. And he's going to be great because he has a type advantage, and he's time traveler, so I actually bring him a lot for some of these EZAs and different teams that I build. I still find that I use him quite a bit, so he's a very useful unit. Plus, with his passive, the less HP remaining, the greater the ki booster you're going to get. So his passive will raise ki by up to 10. So that can be helpful as well if you're struggling to get enough ki. I mean, overall, I really enjoyed this EZA. I didn't find it too difficult. But like I said, I probably will restructure my team after level 30. So here we're getting into level 30. So this is the final one, but it did take quite a few minutes to clear because like I said, some of my units like Physical Trunks here and Tech Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta weren't really dealing much damage. I usually keep them on rotation, but here I wanted to get as much ki as possible for LR Trunks and Mai since they're one of my heaviest hitters on this team. So I put them at the end to get as much of that as possible. Because basically what I was doing with this last stage was just trying to get as much ki as possible to my heaviest hitter so this didn't take forever. I mean, I do love my Godlick Gun units, and like I said, I brought them along for support, but I think I will sub them out after this for Strength Super Saiyan 2 Bardock. At least one of them. And then LR Trunks and Mai, their additionals kicking in was very helpful. Like I said, their additionals and evasions really helped out with this. As you can see there. So Alright, so this rotation we have the free-to-play LR Vegito Blue, Tech Trunks, and Strength Rose. So Tech Trunks tanked pretty well, although he really wasn't doing too much damage as well. That's one thing I noticed coming up to this part. And Strength Rose was great for this, but keep in mind he is not the tankiest unit. So he did still take damage, as you can see right here. So I tried to, when possible, keep him out of too many attacks. I did find there were times where he was taking a bit more damage, but like I said, still a great option for this. Yeah, this was the biggest struggle, just not doing quite enough damage at times. So I think that's really what made this take the longest. Most of these EZA videos, I do really range from like 10, 12 minutes, somewhere around there, sometimes a little longer. This one definitely took quite a bit more because those last few stages just really drug out. Like I said, a better team setup probably would have helped that a bit, but I'm stubborn. Wanted to go ahead and finish it with what I started. And again here, LR Trunks and Mai at the end because I'm trying to get as much ki to them as possible. Like, as often as I could, I was going for that ultra super attack. Alright, so with their super attack here, it's 453,000. The evasion again kicked in, which was nice. And there weren't really too many times that I used Tech Trunks' active skill because I wanted him to be tanking as much as possible. And it's really hard to get enough green ki for him, so. So here we have LR Trunks and Mai, we have Strength Rose and Tech Trunks. Again, I was trying to keep Rose out of too many attacks, so I put Trunks at the end to tank a bit of that. And then Trunks and Mai at the beginning to get more ki. About halfway down at this point too. So pretty much at this point, Trunks and my Trunks and my units and Rose are pretty much doing the damage. Everybody else is just kind of like keeping us alive and adding support. LR Vegeto Blue, he was doing a good bit of damage too. I think after this though, I will see how far I can go just for fun. Grind up some Zunny and stuff, you can always use that too. Definitely not trying to do another 999 run. I did that for, what was it, like a Mega Shenron? I think we're good on that, but like I said, probably grind for a bit. I mean, if I get far enough, I might do another video, we'll see. Like I said, a lot of it just depends on how it goes. Yeah, so my Godlike units are barely doing anything at this point, so after this run, I'm definitely pulling them out, probably subbing them in with some of the other options I have. So this is a great rotation here, and I think if I remember correctly, we finished it up on this. We have LR Trunks and Mai in the same rotation with Strength Rose, and I'm pretty sure this was the end of it. So pretty much some of my heaviest hitter for the EZA all in one rotation to finish it off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to close it out with Trunks and Mai at the end here. Yep, so that was pretty much 1 through 30, guys, and I have to say, Physical Super Saiyan Blue Vegeto got a hell of a boost with this EZA. Again, I was very excited to see it land on Global, so hopefully you guys are having a great time with the EZA as well. If you've already cleared the first 30 stages, let us know down in the comments which teams you brought along, or which units you brought along, so it might help out other people as well, or any tips you have for people. Always helpful down there. If you're still working on it, let me know, guys. Again, very excited about this. I have 2 copies of Physical Super Saiyan Blue Vegeto myself cut, so I can't wait to test them out too, but we're gonna wrap it up here. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.